Got some spring wild edibles there. That is trout lily. That's kind of like a peppery taste, fairly strong. I'm not a huge fan, kind of tastes like a little bit like grass, but better. I am going to solo a Novacraft Moisey 16.6. It's a pretty big boat to solo, but it does have a nice rocker to it. It's really maneuverable in the rapids. And I'm actually going to throw my Whitewater spray deck on it. I'm traveling solo without much gear, so it might not be an essential thing to paddle with a spray deck in these conditions on a day like today, but I'm going to throw it on and keep it there for the season. It actually gives you better gas mileage too with the spray deck on when you put it on the roof of your truck. And there's some big rapids down this way, so a little help won't hurt, especially when I'm out there solo. So yeah, I'm just going to strap that on, throw my gear in the boat, and head out. Can't wait. For those of you that aren't familiar with the spray deck, basically it's just a really heavy duty customized tarpaulin that fits over your canoe and attaches down to the side. And it doesn't give you any buoyancy like a kayak would. You can still swamp, you can still fill up with water. However, it means you can take a lot more big waves on top of the canoe and you're not going to swamp as quickly, so you can run some more intense rapids. Ooh, it's going to be hot in this thing today. Putting this thing on is sort of like that scene in Ace Ventura 2 where he gets stuck in the rhino and he's like, "Brah," and they're like, "Mom, it looks like that mother rhino is giving birth."
The mother rhino is giving birth.
Because he's in that mechanical rhino. Pretty freaking hilarious. Inferior to the first one, but okay, here we go. About to bomb some rapids, solo trip on the upper Magnetawan River. Just a day trip. If all goes as planned, I'll be home in time for hamburgers. First rapid coming up. Should be pretty easy, but a few rocks to dodge. So fun. And we have a bald eagle here too. And that is my house. Fighting bald eagles. That's the content. Oh, and they disappear. 2 bald eagles fighting already. And as soon as I get my camera out, they vanish. They're like tumbling through the air, grappling with each other. Rejuvenated woodpecker. Alright, 2 of my favorite birds, bald eagles and pileated woodpeckers. Final resting place, Magnetawan dock. A lot of people lost their docks in the flood last year. It was just crazy. Oh, we got this coming up. Got a rapid coming up here. Probably gonna hop out and scout. Pretty bouldery. So, it looks like I'm going to try to come in just on the other side of this and come straight down there to the left of those rocks, follow, get left of this thing, and then cut back right. That's the plan. First portage coming up. It's kind of a bit of a tricky eddy to catch. Got some interesting stuff coming up. Low-lying branches. I don't know how the hell I'm gonna get under it. There could be a couple sweepers, so I gotta stay on my toes. If I didn't have all this camera equipment with me, it wouldn't be a big deal just to do everything in one trip. Well, this is a pretty heavy boat really for soloing. Oh yeah, we got a little rapid here. got a bit of flat water now. Break out my flat water paddle. Definitely nicer because it's shorter. I like a long whitewater paddle. It really gives you better leverage, especially for larger boats. But this is a Warner Journey, and the reason I like this as a backup flat water paddle for whitewater trips is that it's a pretty durable paddle, and it can be used in whitewater in case I lose my larger Warner Bandit. So good choice in a backup paddle is something that could double for whitewater. For example, like a carbon fiber bench shaft for a whitewater trip might not be your best choice as a backup, just in case you lose your primary whitewater paddle. Okay, we are approaching probably the most intense runnable rapid of this little stretch that I'm paddling today, and I can already feel my heart pumping a little bit. It sounds big, so we will see. Hopefully I can run it, but I may have to do the wise thing and carry around it too. But either way, I'm going to jump out of the canoe and I'm going to walk down alongside the river and have a look at it before I make my decision. Okay, the plan here is when you come down there, hit this dead center on the V there, then I'm going to follow it down, boom, hit this, over that, and then try to get less. If I hit the bottom right, I'm going to dump, so I got to hit it there. So that's pretty tricky down there too. Well, it looks like we have a pretty raging rapid here, and I think I'm going to give it a go. It's not going to be easy though. I might dump, but I think I'm going to be able to make it. Put my spray deck up for this one. This is the kind of one where a spray deck helps, that's for sure. Whew. Feeling scared. Whew. Here we go, baby. Here we go. One thing that's making it challenging is there's gusty wind today, and with a boat that's trimmed back heavy and one that's as long as this, a headwind is a lot to deal with. Wish me luck. Really got to make sure I line up the first part. Now that was a rapid. The rapid was so powerful, it smashed off my cameraman. But now I gotta walk all the way back up and get my cameras. Well, it's a warm day and I'm wearing a dry suit with all the portaging and scouting and intense rapids. I've already drank all my water, but there's a spring here that just comes right out of the ground up there. There's a lot of natural springs around here. Me and Tori actually have one on our property. That tastes way better than me and Tori's tap water from our well. Okay, back for the cameras. Look at the size of this freaking cedar tree. Moose print, old one, but after the snow melted anyways. See there? Sometimes you find a lot of garbage in the bush. It's probably just an old garbage dump here. Likely once was a logging camp, maybe a hunt camp. And here we are back at the cameras. There's my tripod. I put it on interval so I got pictures too. Oh my God, that is delicious. That is some good water right there. Natural spring water all the way for the win. Man, talk about getting lucky, running this rapid, living, being thirsty as heck, but then pulling right up to a natural spring. Awesome. There is the rapid I just ran. That's what you call a wind pan. Coming up to a section of river here that pinches, and the water builds up into a swift and then ends at a small chute with a sluice hole and just a big hole, and it's small but it's unrunnable. So I got to be really careful. I got to sneak down the side and just eddy hop along the side and eddy out, and then I'm going to do a short portage to get around that ledge. Yeah, the water picks up into about a class 1 too. So it's not too challenging. It's just if you screw up and you miss the eddy, you whip over a waterfall that you don't have a chance on running, and you might hurt yourself pretty good too. So definitely you want to avoid it. Looks like we're doing all right here. Good news is there's a really fun rapid just below it too, so. That was a dark rock, man. Very hard to see that. Whoa, there it comes. See how I keep my stern into shore? That way I can always back paddle, slow down, and at the same time ferry into shore. So I gotta get over to shore before that. What's called an eddy out. Probably a good idea to take it slow. Perfect. Oh man, I am hungry. Here, rabbit. Gonna work up an appetite. Not the best footage there. I have a hammock in here that Kai Marone from Lure of the North made. It's rendered beaver fat, homemade beef jerky, and dried blueberries. Lots of energy. And here's the next one we're about to run. It's trickier than it looks, folks. Somehow, I just sensed that there was a cabin up there. That's cool. I had no idea. And I just got a feeling someone was looking at me, and I looked back and there's a new cabin on top of the hill, a little log bunkie. It's interesting there, your sixth sense definitely come alive when you're out in nature. Not even a person staring at me from up there, just the cabin. I could just feel that there was something different or something new or something a person had done or something alive. I don't know, whatever it was, taught me to turn around. Well, and here is the bridge. This deer decided to portage. Okay, well here we are. I'm just at the first bridge downriver from my house, and beautiful spot to end the trip in this little canyon here. It's so cool, but it's also kind of beckoning me because this is like a very challenging technical rapid. It's deceiving from the bridge, but when you get into it, there's a lot of irregular waves, a lot of currents pushing you around, a big boulder, and all kinds of interesting stuff. So I think right now I'm confident that I could run it and nail the run though. And then it just keeps going, and there's 1s and class 2s downriver. The river just keeps getting more and more beautiful. So it's just like, it's a beautiful spot to end, but it's like, oh man, it's only like 4K to the next bridge. But anyways, yeah, I'm probably gonna come back and run this rapid, I don't know, maybe Friday. So in a few more days, and I'll just run the whole freaking river again and film it again. So why not? It's cool, it's different every time. Maybe I'll do some fishing, have a shore lunch or something like that. It feels so good to get out on the water, just run some rapids, man, it's the best. And there is Tori. How's it going? Thanks for coming to get me.
No problem.
Where's this little guy? Oh, he's not so little. Look at this. Did Mommy have to wake you up to go pick up Dada? Huh? I'm sorry about that, bud.